You ever notice how everybody's in a show, but nobody told them they were cast? Yeah. That's the funny part. People walking around thinking they're living life, when really they're just hitting their marks and reading lines someone else wrote. The world's a stage, folks, and the only thing that's real is how fake it all is. You wake up in the morning, put on your costume. Maybe it's a business suit. Maybe it's a uniform. Maybe it's yoga pants with a logo the size of your ego. And you step right into the act. You smile, you nod, you say the right words, you check your phone to make sure the audience is still watching. You ever see someone take a candid selfie? Yeah, nothing says. Authentic moment, like a photo that took 12 tries, 3 filters, and a spiritual crisis. And the script, oh, it's a good one. Be productive. Follow your dreams. Work hard and you'll get ahead. Yeah, sure, ahead of who? The other suckers following the same script. Society loves that story. Keeps you busy, keeps you buying, keeps you believing you're part of something bigger than yourself, when really you're just part of something profitable. It's all theater. The workplace is a sitcom, the government's a soap opera, and the news is a horror movie with commercial breaks. Everybody's playing their part. The politician pretending to care, the CEO pretending to be human, the media pretending to tell the truth, and the rest of us pretending to believe it. It's a beautiful production, high budget, low conscience. And we, the audience, we don't just watch, we participate. We clap for the heroes, boo the villains, and never question who wrote the damn script. You ever wonder why no one improvises? Because if you do, they call you crazy, or worse, unemployed. That's the risk of living in a world that needs you to stick to your lines. You can tell it's a performance because everyone's rehearsing. You ever hear people talk in those little pre-approved phrases? Let's touch base. I hear you. That's not really who I am. Sure it is. You just said it in perfect corporate English. Humans don't talk like that. That's a press release in a sweater vest. You go to a family dinner, and it's the same. How's work? Busy. That's good. End scene. It's emotional theater with bad lighting and overcooked turkey. And don't even get me started on the big productions, the national ones. You got your elections, your wars, your holidays. Each one's got costumes, props, and slogans. Freedom, patriotism, limited time offer. They all sell something, an idea, a product, a dream. And you buy it with your attention, your money, and your sanity. It's marketing disguised as meaning. But the acting, oh, it's magnificent. People get Oscars every day and don't even know it. The guy at the office pretending to like his boss. Best supporting actor. The influencer pretending to be spontaneous. Best actress in a pretend life. and the crowd pretending not to notice any of it. Best ensemble cast in denial. And you know what really sells it? The set design. The neighborhoods with identical houses and carefully trimmed lawns. The perfect suburban stage set. The offices with motivational posters that no one believes. The classrooms teaching kids how to stand in line and raise their hands. It's all scenery, all part of the illusion that things make sense, that we're all doing something important. It's comforting in a hypnotic kind of way, like watching reruns of a show you secretly hate. You ever see how people change their voices depending on who's listening? That's acting. The customer service voice, that sweet, fake syrup. Hi there. How can I help you today? Yeah, because if you talked like yourself, they'd call security. Or the boss voice. Let's circle back. Circle back to what? The moment you lost your soul in a meeting. Then there's the politician voice, like a preacher who swallowed a thesaurus. Every tone, every gesture, rehearsed down to the eyebrow. You could replace half of them with cardboard cutouts and nobody'd notice. And that's the thing. Nobody wants to break character because breaking character means admitting the show might be pointless. People cling to their roles like lifeboats. I'm a professional. I'm a parent. I'm a good citizen. Those are titles in the credits, not descriptions of life. You can almost hear the director yelling, "And action!" every time someone posts a motivational quote over a sunset. It's not that people are bad actors. They're just afraid of being seen without a script. It's scary being yourself. There's no applause for that. Nobody hands you a trophy for honesty. You try to tell the truth too often, and people start avoiding you. You ruin the show. Nobody likes the guy who shouts, "Hey, the emperor's naked." They just ask him to leave the theater. And you know what the funniest part is? The audience and the actors are the same people. You act in one scene, watch in another, and call it a reality. You perform at work, then go home and watch someone else perform on TV. You trade your time for make, believe, and you call it entertainment. The cycle keeps spinning. Stage to screen, screen to stage. And we clap for both. You can tell the show's been running too long. The jokes are recycled. The plot line's predictable. The special effects getting cheaper every year. But the tickets still sell because people love familiarity more than truth. The show gives them comfort and a sense of control. Nobody wants to admit that behind the curtain, there's just another curtain, and behind that, well, who knows? Maybe a janitor on his lunch break. That's the thing about the world as a stage. It's a comedy when you see it for what it is, and a tragedy if you don't. The trick is to laugh without losing your mind. You can't take it too seriously. Not the politics, not the money, not the nonsense people call success. It's all part of the act. You just have to know when to step out of character and enjoy the absurdity. Because if you don't laugh, you'll cry, and crying doesn't sell tickets. So yeah, the world's a stage. Everyone's performing. But here's the secret nobody wants to admit. There's no audience. We're all actors pretending someone's watching, waiting for applause that never comes. And once you realize that, well, you can finally stop acting. You can walk off stage, take off the costume, and say the only line that ever mattered. Thanks, folks. I'm done with the show.